Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. I worked at IRS for 10 years, a decade, and welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to talk to you about the trust fund penalty and trust fund defense. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff, tax attorneys, CPAs. We are just designed for IRS tax resolution. I've been on TV many, many times on all the national news stations, all of them. Most of them, I should say. You can go to one of them I'm not fond of, I'm not on. So anyway, you can see my videos at 777irs.com. Today I'm going to talk to you today about the trust fund and doing a trust fund appeal and having trust fund defense. This is a specialty. As a former IRS agent, I work business cases and I worked 941 cases, and I had to set up trust fund penalties. So the person in life who has the most experience for working trust fund cases and trust fund appeals, or trust fund cases, I should say, is a former revenue officer or revenue officers. Why? That's what they did for a living. I would go out, I'd evaluate a business, I'd find out they couldn't pay the tax, the 941 tax, and I'd set them up for the trust fund penalty. I would go ahead and take a 4180 interview. I'd summons the banks for records, bank statements, canceled checks, corporate resolutions, interviewed people. I've gone through all the steps to set that up. So there are certain defenses that revenue officers know that can be used in the case of people that are going through the trust fund penalty. What IRS generally does, a revenue officer goes ahead and I just need to write this down because I do want to do a video, by the way, on the 4180 interview because it's very important. Because it's part of this process. The revenue officers are going to take a 4180 interview, and it's going to be an interview that they take in writing to find out who's responsible. Somebody signs it, and then it's going to point to other people. So generally, when you go out and talk to a corporation, you say, a company, who's responsible? They go like this. Nobody wants the penalty. So what IRS does, they throw a huge net around everybody, gather everyone in and say, you're all responsible for the penalty, work it out in appeals. You know why? The revenue officer is too lazy. Listen to me. The revenue officer is too lazy to make the decision themselves. Basically, the whole idea of the trust fund defense is showing that you're not responsible because somebody else was. At the end of the day, that's what this happens. That's what works. So if I'm representing you or anyone representing you, you must know your defense must be able to show someone else was responsible. There's a whole way to do that. I'm not going to go into that. We do that in our representation process. But anyway, if you need trust fund defense, boom, we've done this a lot. Anyway, give me a subscription if you would. You can ask me questions. If you call my office, you speak directly to me. Thank you very much. I do appreciate your time, and I really would appreciate this subscription. Thank you for your time.